Hello and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Eric McElroy. Hello.
All right, Charlie, where's your angels? Look at this. Look at this style.
I mix it up a little. I don't normally sit in the swivel chair.
That's the interesting thing, because I bought a new chair for this place as well, a swivel chair. And either my headrest is a lot lower than yours, or we've finally found a way of representing our heights on camera. Look at you. With our headrest is there, and yours is...
It's just a high headrest. Recliner chair. Welcome to the show, where myself and Mr. Steve here normally solve the world's problems. But at the moment, the world's problems are our own. Or our own are the world's problems. We have our own problems. My problem...
Yeah.
My problem is, the reason we haven't been on for the last, I think it's been about a year, is that we moved house, and we moved house we moved one street, which I found out removal companies, what we call moving companies in America, don't discount based on distance.
Yeah, I can see that is kind of your own fault.
I think if you don't have to drive anywhere, you could see our old house.
No, I think I'd charge the same, because you're moving furniture. You're not paying it by the mile. Otherwise, you'd be really annoyed if you moved all the way to another part of the UK. You'd be then on this show furious about these guys charge you per mile. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But I mean, if I moved outside the M25, they don't have broadband, so I wouldn't be able to do the show anymore.
Do we not? Okay.
Do you? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they brought that out to the back country.
The Shires. Yeah. I'm in a Shire.
Well done.
That's right. Living in a Shire, you should live in a Shire at some point. Have you ever lived in a Shire in the UK? Because you do feel like, you should take the ring. You've got that kind of vibe.
No, I like not having any money.
Oh, well, enjoy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've only ever lived in London and Surrey?
Well, there's technically where I live in is not in Surrey. It's often mislabeled as Surrey, but it is Greater London, and it has been since 1964.
And you moved here after that?
Yeah. Okay. So I've always lived in London.
You should move around. I can't believe you travel so far from your point of origin.
Yeah.
Thousands of miles and just land in one dot. Whereas I was born in the Midlands and have lived in Birmingham, Essex, Wiltshire, West Sussex, London a couple of times, Hertfordshire. I'm sure I've lived somewhere else, but I keep forgetting it. So you should sample.
But I could live anywhere in North America.
Yeah.
And so if I'm going to live in the United Kingdom, where else is there to live but London?
Oh, the places you could afford.
And that's exactly why I don't want to live there.
You're the real estate version of Groucho's comments, yeah.
I want to be a member of a club that would have me as a member.
I don't want to belong in any county that I could afford to live in.
And so what are your problems, Steve? I know you've
firstly, my little kids...
You're not wearing a tie.
Yeah, it scratched me. I got a scratch from my little lad this morning. I'm not wearing a tie. But also, it's not really a problem. The reason I'm so dressed down is because I'm on holiday, mate. I've taken a week's holiday, got my holiday hat. This is my holiday hat. A couple of things about the holiday hat, by the way. This is actually, it looks like it's really sitting high on my head. That is touching the top of my head. That is just the size of head.
It's a lot of head.
It's a lot of head when you really start to analyze it. But yeah, we're off on holiday, so done no prep for this. But I thought we could just generally chit-chat. I've prepared a few items, very much in the style of Holly and Phil, because we're like Holly and Phil, in that we don't get on at all. One of us.
Whoa. Yeah. I think there's some things about... you can be the Phil in this story, because there's some things coming out apparently about him once the injunctions are lifted that aren't going to be very good.
Yeah. But instead of doing a news item, what I thought I'd do is like a handy, helpful magazine format. It's not a cookery item, but I've often wanted to do this on the internet. So I've got a bag for life here, right? I should have set up the second camera so that you could see my desktop work. And the problem with the bag for life is that they're difficult to stow. It's difficult. How are you going to do it? Well, maybe you fold them like this. Right. This is This is what I'm actually doing on the internet. I'm teaching you the best way to. Firstly, you flatten it out, and if you've got the time,
This is our new show.
yeah, try and straighten out the handles, flatten it out best you can. Then you fold it in half lengthways, like this, in half lengthways. This way, none of the air gets trapped into it. Flatten that down, and then fold it in half again in the same direction, so that you end up with, again, none of the air gets stuck in it. Get rid of all the air. Fold it in half. And now with this is when things get a bit Marie Kondo. You've got to fold it into thirds. 1/3, 2/3, and then look at this. You've got the handles ready to go. Don't just tuck them round, twist and tuck it round, which then means it holds itself together. The Bag for Life can be easily put into any pocket, any other bag. This is how I fold. I've got a box of Bags for Life up there. They're all folded like this, just ready to go. Look at that. This is, in terms of top tip, this is up there with the time I told people, I think I did it on the radio, told people to put the pocket change into the self-scan tills before you use your card. It just takes it off the total, and you don't have to carry pocket change around. It's life-changing. These top tips, look at this. You'll always have a Bag for Life now. It just fits in a pocket.
Steve folds bags. It's a new channel.
Yeah.
I mean, with content like this, how are we still...
Prejudice. Mainstream media just is not interested in bag folding.
Yeah.
Folding its back.
Just so that was it. There's nothing.
No, but look, it's a Bag for Life. Look how neat it is.
So you took the bag up and you took things out of the bag. I thought you were going to show us stuff from in the bag, but the whole point was you folding the bag.
Empty bottles, yeah. I'm going to take those in the house. I'm in a shed. I need to. The biggest problem with working in the shed is the taking stuff to and from the house.
Wow.
I'm tempted to build a tunnel. I don't know if I'm allowed to have planning permission, but if I could tunnel from here into the house.
To be fair, you just showed us how to safely store or to efficiently store Bags for Life. I think you've actually solved a problem.
There we go. Only took 4 years.
My Facebook is full of reminders of the video I put out during lockdown, the first lockdown, of getting people to watch this show and the other Zoom comedy shows that we put on during that time. So it's a for you kind of thing. Remember this kind of thing. And I've watched a few of the clips where at the end of the advert, I said, this Sunday, we're going to be doing a Zoom show, join us. And then I usually did a pre-meeting with all the other acts because none of us had used Zoom before. And it was all of them saying like, oh yeah, watch me. And you could just hear in all the comedians, the desperateness in their voice. Like, yeah, come and watch me because I'm in my shed and I don't know what's going on.
Good times.
So it's nice to reflect back a period of art when the world was truly falling apart.
Yeah, now we're allowed to just do it. You're allowed to lick pensioners.
I did miss that. So wow. So holiday, a big European holiday. I know you're big on flying to places and going far away.
Oh yeah. But no, I mean this time off to Norfolk because it's the nearest coast to we've got a 1-year-old child. I vetoed the idea of planes. It's not fair for the child. It's not fair for everyone else near the child because their eardrums feel all weird and they just cry for the whole thing. Why do people put themselves through it? And obviously my theory is parents put their children through the auditory pain of having their eardrums pressurized because they're selfish and they want a holiday. I need to go somewhere nice, so I'm going to let my kids scream for an hour. So it turns out that maybe I think it's probably best to do those holidays when the kid won't scream in pain for an hour, and I'm the problem. But anyway, that's a separate issue. But we're staying in the UK. It also means, you know what I'm like. I mean, if I had the option, my holiday would be a week of extra work because I love my work. But that's not an option that's available to me. But there is a chance I got a voiceover thing this week. Which is like, it's proper voiceover money, not the normal voiceover money I earn. So there is a chance that halfway through the holiday, I drive to London to do a voiceover. And you can't do that if you're on a plane somewhere foreign. So nailed that.
Is this an advert for a hypersonic Russian jet?
I'm trying to mainly just do Ukrainian-based. I've picked a side. These days, I don't think my voice is helping Putin win anymore. I don't know. Maybe they're still using it. I've done some Chinese ones. I since the Russian war and I stopped doing Russian voiceovers, China has suddenly become quite the client of mine.
That's good. Is that for Huawei?
Well, I might as well be, because I'm sure they can hear all this. I also did a voiceover for my former university, the University of Birmingham. I don't know which department is making a video about conspiracy theories and fighting against them rather than being in favour of them. So it's really interesting that part of my media career is fighting against conspiracy theories, whereas there's another part of it where,
Embracing them. You got to go where the money is. That's what I always say. So we're going to the University of Birmingham as an open day for one of my children who is considering your esteemed alma mater as a place of study.
I think I met her, alma mater. Yeah, I think I know. I remember her well. To study which subject?
Creative writing.
Oh, I don't know what Birmingham's like for creative writing. We never mixed. No. Every so often you'd bump into those arty types in the library, but yeah.
Even the arty types don't like each other. I remember because I was in the theater department, and the other side of the building was the music department. And once I had to go into the music department, I was in the lift, elevator, as we call it in America. And there was two music majors speaking to each other, and they made some reference to like, oh yeah, that'd be having like an F flat trumpet. I was like, losers. So
yeah, I'm sure they didn't say F flat.
I don't know what they said. I do know no one understood what they said.
No.
They were music majors.
Yeah. I don't think there is an F flat, I think.
Well, that was kind of the joke, I think.
Oh, is it?
It'd be like having an F flat trumpet.
Oh, so it's like a B sharp
So
F flat.
it was a music joke, so it's not going to be good.
They're funny, those
they
music
don't-
guys, aren't they?
Yeah, they don't understand timing music.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing is I do have a harmonica up here. I could play, seeing as we're running out of content, I have a harmonica in the shed.
I'm glad to hear that, but I don't want to hear that.
Well, maybe we'll play out on a song.
I can tell my I navigated the movers, the UK movers, which always stresses me out because someone, it probably was you, the first time I ever moved using removal men in the United Kingdom, told me that you have to be really careful with British movers because you can't offer them you have to offer them a cup of tea at the right time. And me making tea is always tricky, as you know, because I put the milk in before I put the tea bag. So what difference does it make? As an American, I'm from Seattle. Coffee is my thing.
As an American, you put the tea in the harbor. I mean, that really is ballsing out.
Exactly. But first we put the milk in the harbor. But offer them a cup of tea too early, they'll realize you're weak, and the movers will take advantage of you. Offer them the cup of tea too late, and then, they're pissed off. They break all your shit. I've got to find that sweet spot right in the middle. So it just stresses me out.
But you did it okay this time.
I did. They said, well, I put it on my wife because the houses were so close to each other. I could just shout and go, make him a cup of tea. And I made her do it. I made her do all that stuff. I hate tipping because in America, you tip everyone. But here in the UK, it feels like, you're supposed to tip movers. But I don't like, I find it, I just don't like doing it. So I made her do that.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if you are literally 2 streets away or 1 street away, that might be the time where you make the saving by not tipping, because it's not one of those done on doing such a difficult, just like, you carried a thing down the street.
But they can't. I mean, they had to load it in the truck and bring the truck over and then unload it. And we have a lot of things. The younger people may not know what they're called, but they're known as books. Buaks, I think. We have boxes and boxes of books. I don't know why.
Yeah, libraries exist, and I think you can get more on a Kindle these days. This is the thing that before you moved, I did give you the advice: declutter. I'm all Marie Kondo about it, as you saw with the folding into thirds.
Yes, but well, that's why we left my son at the house. Yeah,
and then you can always start again. That's the thing. People never realize this. You can always get more. So don't worry about remembering all your kids. I don't think it would have been me doing that advice because I don't like making tea. I don't like interacting with people. This is one of my problems. Is I don't like interacting with people. I did see a meme that rather accurately describes my life. And it was a screenshot of something off Facebook probably saying, why is it that really quiet, introverted men end up going out with extroverted women? And someone had posted underneath it, because someone needs to tell the waiter that this is not what I ordered. And it sure as hell isn't going to be me. And that's why we get in help. Yeah. So I don't make tea for people.
No, well, I don't either. I made sure I didn't by arranging it to do that. And I did my banter with the boys. So these were nicer because we had to move 2.5 years ago as well because we just like wasting money. And those guys, it was a muddy day, and the old place had carpets that we were worried about. And so I kept having to remind the guys to either take off their shoes or stay on the runners. But one of the guys was, "It's all right. They're new sneakers."
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. The fact that they're new sneakers doesn't mean they don't get fucking mud on them.
Yeah. How new are they? Unless they were really they were new after you walked in the house.
Unboxing them every time. He just had a pile of Nike that he just brought with him. And every time, but what is the logic of that? My shoes are so new, mud don't stick.
It's a nice theory. Why don't they do that? Why don't they Teflon coat the bottoms of shoes?
Yeah. And I guess my other query with the movers is, do they buy the sweatpants that are only worn up to the groin? Or do they just get that way after wear and tear?
I on the lower half tend to not be too smart these days because I'm just always at home looking after a kid. I think what happens is you have a pair of sweatpants, as you incorrectly called them, and then you grow out of them, and they stay where they are. I think that's what it is. So I have the same problem. The Dagenham cleavage, as it's often known.
So you buy sweatpants when you're 12 and wear them when you're a 34-year-old mover.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did I call them? Sweatpants.
Sweatpants.
What would you call them? Tracky bottoms?
Tracksuit bottom, yeah, because sweatpants. I mean, look, the phrase tracksuit bottom is also not great, but just sweat pant. Oh, God, it's just the worst collection of words.
Wow. Oh. Well, there was sweat, and then I could see his pants.
So. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not accurate. I'm just saying it's not the mental image that you need to. Oh, what are these pants for? Oh, the sweat that you produce. I'll be sweating directly into these pants.
Well, all right. On that note, we'll consider our use of language and use of pants.
And before we move on as well, I just want to highlight seeing as this is just a show where we're not really solving too much news. The news is that you've moved and you said you have lots of stuff. Mm-hmm. You got loads by the looks of you. Look at that. Look at them shelves. You've got 3.
I've got to arrange things. I've got right in here. I'll show you this quickly. And then we got to go. This is... I don't think I've ever put these on the show before, but this is one of my prom pictures.
Wow, which one are you?
Look at that. I haven't aged a day.
Yeah. You're right, not a day. Oh, bless, you wore a jumper to it as well.
Yep.
Who's the hottie? Which sister did you go with?
That is... I can't remember if it's Michelle Micklewright or Christy Halapeter. It's Michelle Micklewright.
Christy Halapeter.
Halapeter.
Oh, Halapeter. That makes it so much more.
No, she's a different picture. I think she's here. You saved all your product. Anyway, we gotta go. So we're gonna be back again. Oh, this is Christy. This is a little bit younger.
Oh, that's Christy Halapeter. Do you know what? I can tell why you couldn't tell the difference between the two of them. It's truth. Are you sure it's not just the same person with a name change halfway through?
Different. Look at that. What a stud muffin I was.
Yeah. Not in a jumper that time. Well done.
We have to go. We will be back next week, hopefully, solving the world's problems.
Yeah.
So stay with us. We promise.
Just tuning up.
Steve's going to play us out here. Thank you for watching. We will get back on track. We will solve the problems. We know the world's been a mess without us. I think the U.S. is going to default on its debt because we haven't been on air. So sorry about that.
Yeah, if you'd like to help out their debt problem, the Ko-fi link's below.
Yeah, I just had to renew the Ko-fi link because our payment method had expired.
Makes sense. How's your career going? Well, just had to renew a Ko-fi payment method.
I think the Ko-fi link has cost us more this year than we've made, but that's fine. We're in debit on the Ko-fi link.
But yeah, we'll be back to reviewing news and stuff all next week.
Till then, have a great holiday.
And
these shelves might be full by then.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this from Comic Solving Problems.
And if you feel like it, go ahead and like the video.
Or subscribe. Commitment.